naturally, we're going to look at trouble codes on this thing. So right now, I've jumped over to having the scan tool hooked up. And you can see there is one trouble code. That one trouble code is a P0300, which means there's a misfire. The PCM's not identifying what cylinder it is, it's just telling us that there is a misfire. The engine is idling right now, as you can probably hear, and it is idling a little shaky. So, you know, it does appear to have a misfire. The idle's not real smooth. In fact, I'm going to open the driver's door, and yeah, maybe you can see the door is shaking when I put my hand on it. Maybe it's not obvious on the camera, but I can feel it. So it's got a little bit of a shaky idle to it. And if we go around to the tailpipe, I guess I'm going the other way. Take a look at a little bit of the shaky engine on our way by, and we get back to the tailpipe here. And maybe we can hear the misfire back here. And we can see the pipe shaking, and you can hear a little bit of a puck, puck, puck right there. Anyway, bottom line, it's a little rough. Okay, so let's take a look then at our misfires live on the scan tool. Unfortunately, General Motors, since 1996, has been kind enough to allow us to see those, unlike some manufacturers that don't. You know, some do, some don't, but we can on this one. So I'm going to escape back on the scan tool. I'm going to go into our live data, engine live data, and select misfire. And we do have some misfire counts going on. As you can see, number 6, number 8, and we got some on number 4, number 6 being the worst. So I see a little popping up on 2. The interesting observation here, you know, and this at first, when you're diagnosing something like this, notice I haven't even, you know, really loaded it up. I mean, I did earlier, and I should do that for you, but the point I was just about to make is I'm interested in gathering data. I'm not jumping in right away and, oh, I'm going to see what's wrong with number 6. I'm just gathering information, spend a little time just gathering information, and then decide on the plan of attack. So, again, gathering information, when I allow these misfire counts to count up, number 6 looks like the worst. Number 4, not too good either. Number 8 counts up pretty good, and number 2 a little bit. And if you know this engine at all, you know that all of the even cylinders, which are the ones that are showing up as misfiring, are on the right-hand bank, passenger side bank, and the odd cylinders are then, of course, the driver's side bank. And it appears as though the only cylinders that are misfiring right now are on the passenger side. Okay, so that's an important observation. Now, as I was saying, I should probably let you hear the way this thing runs, not just at idle, but also when the engine's under load. So, put the camera on the engine. I'm going to get in the truck and I'm going to power brake it. So, if I put on brake right on the gas, give it some throttle, in drive or reverse. Okay, so you can hear that it is really a dog. Something else that I do want to observe is when I am power braking it like that, I want to look at the misfires. So I'm going to take the camera off the tripod here. and bring it in the truck with me along with the scan tool. We're going to look at the misfire counts when we load it. See what's going on. Okay, so left foot on the brake, popping it in reverse, and power brake this engine. And I'm in it pretty good, and you can see that our misfire counts will reset and then count back up. But again, cylinder 1, 0, cylinder 3, 0, cylinder 5, 0. All the odds are 0, and all the evens have misfire counts. Okay, so what next? Well, we got to think about what might be going on that would affect that one bank of the engine. One thing nice about a scan tool is I can view one of the three major things that's going to affect the engine running, and that is fuel. I can't really view anything about compression, at least not on this truck with this scan tool. Can't really tell what's going on with spark for sure, but I can see what's going on pretty well with fuel, and that is by looking at fuel trim. So I'm going to back up again on the scan tool, and I'm going to go into our fuel trim data list, and we're going to make some observations here with fuel trim. Okay. Right now, short-term fuel trim, right around 0, which is really good, should be. Long-term fuel trim, bank 1, I have a positive 12%, as you can see, and bank 2, I have a negative 12%. Well, that's kind of odd. Now, that's not dramatic fuel trim correction, but it is interesting that they're in the opposite directions. Adding fuel on bank 1, taking away fuel on bank 2. Okay. Let's see what happens when we power brake it and watch the fuel trims. Okay, as you can see, I am continuing to add on bank 1, but more so, and I am continuing to take away on bank 2, definitely more so, a lot. 40-some% subtracting. And of course, this thing is running terrible. Okay, so where to go next? This is information gathering, and we've gathered a ton of valuable data already in just a few minutes. I want to talk about this and decide where we're headed next, and then after that, we're going to do another test.